Guys, welcome back to another 5-minute fitness tip, and today we're going to be talking about my current top 3 ab exercises that you can be doing right now to start building solid, firm ab set. Now, before I even start, you would have heard that I said current. You know, there are so many ab exercises out there. There isn't going to be an absolute perfect one. However, there are some kind of there's a structure that you kind of want to be going through. So like rotation, flexion, extension, stuff like that, which I won't go into, but different types of movements that will mold well together. I rotate my current top 3, but right now, you know, this is what I really enjoy. There is, again, no best ab exercises. They're just ones that you really enjoy and make sure it makes sense. I will also say that people overemphasize abs too much. You know, people will be doing an hour of abs, like a core blast class twice a week. People will be doing 5 exercises of abs every single session. You don't need to be doing that. Now, these are my abs. I'm going to overlay it for my bodybuilding show and my photo shoot. I was only doing 3 exercises twice a week, you know, a few sets of each. Do I need or do I want firmer, stronger abs? Yes, absolutely. Now, the reason why in the past I made a mistake is where I wasn't training abs in the off season, in my muscle building phase. I was making the mistake of only starting to train them towards the end of my fat loss phase. You want strong abs, you need to be doing them in a muscle building phase as well. You don't want to be lazy like I did. Am I doing that more now? Yes, absolutely. My goal is to get bigger, stronger, firmer abs. So that's what I'm currently doing. But you don't need to be doing so much of it. Twice a week is going to be more than enough. Don't overemphasize it and take it away from your compound movements, because your compound movements, you're going to be using your core anyway. So you want to get strong as fuck in those and use the abs as a top up. Whether at the beginning or the end of the session is completely up to you. Sometimes I rotate. People will say you should never do it at the beginning. Whatever. So what are my top 3? Number 1 is going to be some form of crunch. We want to be going into kind of this motion. And that could be a rope ab crunch, or it could be a machine ab crunch. Something you can progressively overload. Body weight is okay, but there's only so much you're going to be able to do until your abs start to adapt. So you need to find a form to progressively overload and challenge the abs more. Get more load on ya. So getting more on the machine, adding more on the rope cable pull down. So that type of movement is going to be really good to progressively overload in a logbook, because the abs are like any other muscle. You know, we're logbooking our back and chest muscles and leg exercises and stuff like that. We need to be logging our lifts for our abs. So some form of ab crunch is going to be really important. Number 2 is going to be some form of leg raise. We're going to be working a little bit more of the lower part portion of the abs. Now, I love doing this on a bench because when I come down, you know, my legs can go a little bit further. They don't need to go all the way, but I can really stretch those abs and come all the way back up as well. That's going to work my abs fantastic. Your legs are going to be a form of weight, so you can make this as harder or as easy as you want by going how quick you go. If you find it's too easy, you know, start slowing it down a little bit, challenge the abs a little bit more. But a little bit harder to progressively overload unless, you know, you're using a band that kind of like starts getting harder at the top and then drops off at the bottom. But I would use I would use a lying leg raise as a form, or a hanging knee raise. Either one is going to be really good. So an ab crunch, some form of leg raise. I love being on the bench. That's my favorite. And then currently right now it would be a rotation. Now, I love doing this on a cable where I'm sat down and I have the cable coming this way and I'm twisting like this. You can do this standing up as well, but you can be working there and challenging it as the force is trying to pull you this way. Therefore, it's challenging those obliques. There are different ways of doing this, and I do this standing up, but I love sitting down, being secure, having the cable pulling and me trying to resist it slowly like this, and then I'll turn around to do the other side of my obliques. So some form of rotation, you can do that standing up, and just doing those 3 twice a week, 3 sets of each, you are going to see progress. Trust me, if you are logging your lifts and you're getting stronger and you're doing it in a muscle building phase, that's going to cover a lot. Like I said, in my photo shoot and my bodybuilding show, I only did 3 exercises throughout the whole time. You don't need to be doing a lot to see that. Body fat reduction is what will reveal your abs. How dense you want them will depend on how much you are working on them in your muscle building phase. So guys, those are my top 3 current ab exercises. Some form of flexion, some form of crunch on a machine, I absolutely love. Some form of rotation, you know, with the cable as well that you can progressively overload, and a lying leg raise, working a little bit more of the bottom part of the abs. On a bench, my preference as well. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and if you've got any comments, please drop them in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one.